Welcome back to Aberdeen, South Dakota. Austin Bruins, Aberdeen Wings for the second time this weekend, following up last night's game in which the Austin Bruins fell by a final score of 3-1. My name is TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins. Happy to have you alongside as we kick off yet another video pregame show presented by Simplified Sound Productions. Austin Bruins, if they could have played last night a full 60 minutes, they would have pushed the Aberdeen Wings to the rope. And that's what they're going to look to do here tonight, play a full 60 minutes. If you take out the first minute of the game when Aberdeen scored just 12 seconds in, and you take out the final period, the Austin Bruins and Aberdeen Wings were evenly matched throughout that game. Shots on goal heavily favored the Wings. That's really the only area where the two teams didn't properly match up. But last night, going head-to-head, each team had their chances, but we're going to need to see some changes here for the Austin Bruins if they want to knock Aberdeen off of their win streak. 11 straight games for the Wings. You can see the record up there in the corner, 11-0 to start the year, 22 points, putting them in first place in the division. With the Bruins' loss last night and a victory by the Bismarck Bobcats, Austin slipped down into fourth place in the Central Division. Against Aberdeen this year, the Bruins are 0-1, and if you count the preseason, they're 0-3 going up against the black and red of the Wings. For the Austin Bruins, there are going to be some changes on the roster. In comes Connor Crawford. He was a healthy scratch last night. He will get to play here tonight as the Bruins are going to carry an extra forward. That means one of their extra defensemen that they had last night is out. That's going to be Terrian Thiesing. Jake Jensen is also a healthy scratch again tonight. He will sit up in the bleachers with Terrian Thiesing, as well as some of the other players who are still injured. And the Bruins do have a litany of injuries across the board. Let's just go ahead and take a look at some of them. I need to read these from a list because the line is getting way too long as far as the injuries are concerned. Connor Millinock, an unhealthy scratch. Jackson McCarthy, unhealthy scratch. Ben Dexheimer, unhealthy scratch. Walter Zacher, an upper body injury that he suffered last Saturday against the Janesville Jets in Game 1 of that series. Alex Trombley, unhealthy scratch. Mason Pullman, unhealthy scratch. Jaden Jensen, upper body. So the Bruins are still dealing with some injuries, and they haven't been able to put out their full A-line, if you were to call it that. When you talk about guys like Dexheimer, Zacher, and Trombley, Zacher and Trombley alone both have 4 points on the season, right up near the top of the Austin Bruins stat sheet. Not having them certainly gives this team a little bit of a different complexion, but we're getting contributions across the board from the Austin Bruins. Last night's goal scorer, Cullen Rush, the defenseman. The game winner against the Janesville Jets last Sunday, Frank Dvorny, a defenseman. Travis Shouty, a defenseman, another goal scorer in that game Saturday. You're getting points from Kyle Oleksiak, Barrett Brooks. All across the board, the Bruins have been spreading the wealth, but they need to make sure that they get more of that contribution in one go. Because as you look at the Aberdeen Wings, they've only allowed 16 goals in 11 games. They're averaging 1.45 goals against per game. That is extremely difficult for any team to go up against, but the Bruins need to make it done. No making excuses, just get it done. Guys like Sutter Mazzotti, who had an assist in last night's game, going to play a huge role going forward. Nick Catalano, everywhere. He's been all over the place. I'm looking forward to seeing him get some points here tonight as the Bruins move forward. There's going to be one change, and it's going to be in goal. With Zach Hansen recently called up to the Sioux City Musketeers, Tyler Shea fighting off 35 saves last night on 38 opportunities. He's going to get a rest, and in comes the Minnesota State High School Goaltender of the Year from last year, Hudson Hodges. Hodges will get his first start. We'll see how the Bruins do in front of him, because one of my keys to the game, and we'll give you the full Sellers Lock and Key keys to the game on Hockey TV and Power 96 once we begin the traditional pregame show. One of my keys to the game is going to be to maintain that same defensive posture, which they had last night. You look at the score and you go, 3-1. They gave up 3 goals. They didn't play very well defensively. Untrue. Again, you take out that first goal just 12 seconds into the game, which was a quick shot off the faceoff that Tyler Shea couldn't see. As he was standing there and craning over bodies, we later learned that it was redirected out in front, as Peyton Matsui is now getting credit for that goal instead of Trevor Russell, the gentleman who took the shot from the point. So it makes it even, again, you can't blame that on the defense. The second goal on the rebounds, perhaps you can, because there was no one there to gobble it up in the slot and swipe it out. The third goal scored on the power play. That goes against your power play or your penalty killing unit. So the defense played well. They manned the slot. They did everything they can to make sure that the Aberdeen Wings trailers couldn't slide in and find open ice. They made sure that they kept everybody outside of the paint and did what they could to get their shots from the outside. I'd like to see the Bruins do a little bit better of a job here tonight blocking shots. There was only a handful last night, right around 8 or 9 by my calculations. The Bruins can do a much better job getting out in front of the young goaltender making his first NAHL start, block those shots before he even has the opportunity to see the rubber. As for the Aberdeen Wings, they ended up with 3 players last night with multiple points. Matt Suey with 2 goals, Trevor Russell with 2 assists, and Spencer Schneider with 2 assists. Ironically, the 3 of those all on the ice at the exact same time. Matt Suey's first goal assisted by Schneider and Russell. Matt Suey's second goal assisted by Russell and Schneider. So the Bruins are going to have to do a better job of keeping an eye on this forward group for the Aberdeen Wings, but at the same time not changing their defensive philosophy, because so far it's been working for the Bruins. As we take a look at the Aberdeen Wings, they had a little bit of a roster shakeup themselves. Out is Chase Freiermuth, and in is the defenseman Nico DeVita. So as the Bruins are going to carry an extra forward tonight and cut a defenseman loose, on the other side, Aberdeen is going to take out that extra forward and add an extra defenseman. So taking a look at that, I got to wonder if head coach Scott Langer is expecting the Bruins to pump more shots on goal than the 17 that they managed last night. That's another one of my keys to the game, which we'll get to a little bit later. Put the puck on the net. The Bruins only getting 17 shots on goal last night. 7 in the first period, 5 in the second period, and 5 in that third period when they gave up 2 goals, which ultimately doomed them and handed them the loss. So the Bruins are going to need to pressure, and get shots on goal, because Jake Seibel last night wasn't really tested all that much. All the shots coming from the outside with clear lanes and clear sight for him to make the save. When the Bruins did get pressure, when the Bruins collapsed down on front, that's when they got their goal in the second period from Cullen Rush, banging home that rebound off the Sutter Mazzatti rush out in front. That's what it's going to take for the Austin Bruins to snap this Aberdeen Wings 11-game win streak. Coming up, we've got pregame. The traditional broadcast is coming up only on Hockey TV and Power 96. You can view the game at hockeytv.com. You can tune in on 96.1 FM or visit kqprfm.com to catch the audio stream as well. Austin Bruins, Aberdeen Wings, the final game of the weekend. Who's going to take this one? Will it be the Aberdeen Wings who go to 12-0, or will the Bruins snap that win streak and head off with a victory? Stay tuned. Austin Bruins hockey coming up on Hockey TV and Power 96.